So remember that the goal of any firm, the reason that any firm exists, is to maximize profit. And profit is just defined as total revenue minus total costs. For a perfectly competitive firm, revenue is incredibly easy because they are receiving the same amount of money for every unit of output that it sells. So the price is equal to our average revenue and it's equal to our marginal revenue. Average revenue is the total revenue divided by the quantity of the product sold. So total revenue divided by quantity. Marginal revenue is the change in total revenue from selling one more unit of output. So change in total revenue divided by change in quantity. And when we're looking at this quantity, it's important that we remember that it is specifically quantity sold. While we make the assumption that a perfectly competitive firm can sell as many units as they want at that price, it won't necessarily hold for other types of markets. So it's important when we're looking at it that we remember that that Q is not just quantity, but it's quantity sold. So for this, it just kind of shows just a very basic example. If we were looking at a market for Farmer Parker, who is selling bushels of peaches for $7 per bushel, we see that his total revenue in column 3 is quantity times price. So 1 times 7 gave us 7, 2 times 7 gave us 14, 3 times 7 gave us 21. And then for our average revenue, which is just, again, total revenue divided by quantity, we get 7. And again, for our marginal revenue, we get change in total revenue divided by change in quantity, which again gives us 7, because for a perfectly competitive firm, price is equal to both average revenue and marginal revenue. But it is incredibly important that you note that this is only for perfectly competitive markets. So if we wanted to maximize profit, and we were to look at a table that gives us quantity, total revenue, total cost, and then profit, and again, profit is just total revenue minus total cost, then we would be looking for when profit is at its highest point. Or when the difference between total revenue and total cost is the greatest. And looking at this, we see that it's right here, telling us that Farmer Parker should produce 7 units of output. Or 7 bushels of peaches. But there has to be a better way. And the way we do that is by looking at marginal revenue and marginal cost. And if you think all the way back to the beginning, we spent a lot of time talking about that the point we care about is where marginal benefit equals marginal cost. And it comes back. Now it's marginal revenue and marginal cost, but marginal revenue is the marginal benefit to the firm. So if we look at this, the closest point to where these columns 5 and column 6 are equal is right here. The two ideas give us the same profit maximize quantity. So even using our marginal revenue equals marginal benefit assumption, we still find that he should grow 7 units or 7 bushels of peaches. Because that is where they are the closest to being equal, without marginal cost being greater than marginal benefit.